How much you expect this to change tomorrow?
I know I feel great to be home. We have one of the best home records in the NBA because our fans are so great, and we play with a different sense of urgency and energy. So I'm excited about it.
Slowing the pace down, what advantages are there to that, Archie?
I don't think at any point in time we've ever talked about slowing the pace down. Last year, this year, we don't. It's not about slowing the pace down. It's less turnovers, which increases the pace, and more ball movement. If you just keep the ball on one side of the floor, if you don't get a lot of ball movement, then other guys are allowed to rest. And so it's the right type of pace that you need to make sure that we're having. We don't want to slow the ball down. They have great guys, but we still stand by the fact that we have the best downhill guy in the NBA in Bron, who creates so many open shots for Kyle Korver, for JR, for Kevin, and for Channing, who all get a lot of threes in transition. So to slow up the pace would be changing who we are. We just have to play with the right type of pace and the right type of ball movement.
How important, if you play the inside-out game, will it be for those outside guys to, obviously nail down their shots?
Yeah, this is not about scoring. This is about us playing defense, us playing the right way, us making second and third efforts, which it hasn't been at the rate that we would have liked. They've just been sustaining their efforts for longer periods of time. It's not. What did we score? 110 last game. That's more than enough points to win most basketball games, unless you allow them to shoot 50%, 40%. They're great. The task is there, but I believe we're up to the task and the challenge.
So how much of a factor will just the home court be? The crowd, the queue, all that stuff?
We're looking forward to it. They're always one of the best in the league. I expect our crowd to have a new sense of energy that we haven't seen in the postseason, and I think our guys feed off of it.
Why does that help?
The home court helps because you have your same routine. I think you're able to get extra shots up at shoot around. You're able to eat the stuff that you like. You're able to kind of get your same routine. You have to understand on the road, you're staying in a hotel, the room service. There's just a routine that you're able to do. And whenever you can do something consistently, like if you're not shooting the ball well, you can go and shoot tonight at home. You can go shoot in the morning. You can get extra shots up before, after practice. You can get yourself into more of a rhythm. Plus, we're in our normal time zone. You're just a little bit more acclimated to everything in our locker room versus what's in that locker room. You got hot tub, cold tub, just so many more things to get your body ready that goes into that situation.
Hey Richard, how much has the league changed the style? Because you came in playing really fast with the Nets.
Yeah.
Is this even faster?
I think it's different. I think because we played fast and we ran for layups. I don't think anybody was faster than that team, if you in my humble opinion. But we ran for layups and we didn't really have guys that can shoot the ball. This is different now because you have guys running for threes, so the lanes are a lot more open. When you have J-Kid going downhill, and you had me and Kenyon or Vince trying to get dunks, that was really, really tough. It put a lot of pressure on the defense, and then guys like Kerry Kittles would come in, Rodney Rogers would shoot threes on the secondary. Now you have guys sprinting and stopping at the three-point line, which is different. And they have multiple guys. We have multiple guys. Like Kyle Korver, I don't think has gotten a layup, in the playoffs, but he's sprinting to the three-point line. He is opening it up for the guys going downhill, and so it's different. And looking back on it, I wish we probably would have had one or two more shooters back in my Jersey days. But I think it's a little bit different, but it's the same premise, very similar to Magic and all those guys when they used to run. It's running has the same mentality.
What do you think would have been? You guys would have been criticized. Can you imagine in your second year? You're on the break and you pass up a layup to kick out to a three.
Well, I get in trouble for it now. Because I'm starting to run. I try and run for a layup, and they're telling me to run wide to the three-point line. Where I've been ingrained for 10 years to try and get a layup first, and if you don't have it, to work your way out. But even then, for a guy like myself who I feel like does a good balance of shooting threes and drives, if I catch it at the three-point line and I have a man closing out to me, it opens up the lanes for drives, or you get open shots. So you understand it, and the game has evolved. Again, the minute you get a bunch of big men that can post up again, the three-point shot will change a little bit.
You were a great defender earlier in your career. Do you feel like you're maybe even a better defender now, just because of your experience?
I think with my experience, obviously you have to give that. I'm not as quick. I'm not as agile. I can't make up for mistakes. I can't let a guy go by me and then go get a block. I don't have that extra burst to go get that steal when you wouldn't see it, or if I don't box out to still be able to go get that rebound. So from that sense, you have to be smarter. You have to make sure that you're on the body. You know you're boxing out. It's not a jumping contest. So I believe that I'm a smarter defender. I wouldn't say that I'm a better defender than I was when I was young.
So many of you guys, when you get older, you start guarding bigger guys.
Yeah.
Iguodala does it.
Yeah.
David West is playing centers now.
Yeah. Well, it's a versatility that you're able to bring because you understand that your job is just to either box out or to keep the spacing, and you also understand they have to guard you on the other end. So it's a versatility that you give to wing players. Bron guards bigger guys. I did it. Jason Kidd even did it when I was younger. Guarding 2s, 3s, 4s, whoever it was. As long as it wasn't a guy with a over-the-top height advantage, we used to switch 1 through 4 with Kenyon and Jay Kidd because we had those guys that could defend multiple positions. So it's something that's been coveted for a long time in this league, and it's going to continue to be.
It's amazing how the great players change the game. Like Jason Kidd changed the game the way he pushed the ball.
Yeah.
LeBron's changed it. Curry, Durant.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 guys in the series that really changed the game.
They really have, and one of the difficulties in their team is last year you had 2 guys that you had to spray out to. In transition, you had to find Klay, you had to find Steph, and now they have a 3rd guy that can shoot dribble up threes that you have to find in transition that will shoot deep threes, and it makes it more difficult. I think we have to do a much better job not only of communicating but getting back on the raise of a shot. There's things, again, we still stand by the fact that they're doing a great job of everything that they're doing, but there are things that we can do to put ourselves in a better position to be successful.